let's talk about the verb quedar in Spanish. If that word looks a little funny to you, if you remember it being just a bit longer, it's probably because you're used to seeing it in its reflexive form, quedarse, which means to stay. This is the most everyday, common meaning of the word, so I don't blame you, but what if I told you that quedar has a ton of other useful meanings? That's what we're going to talk about here today at Jiveworld. Take a look at one of our sound bites really quickly and pay special attention to the word quedar and how it's used.
Hasta que William me dice, okay, Hernando, what about you? Y ante el nivel sangriento de mis historias, decidí decirle, no, yo en realidad no me puedo acordar de ningún momento así como miedoso. Entonces, ay no, qué macho, me decía, latino, macho, ¿no? Con su forma toda americana. Quedé como un pendejo, pero realmente no me daba la idea para contar ninguna de esas historias aterradoras que me tocó vivir porque crecí en Colombia.
So this soundbite is from the Red Ambulante episode called Miedo. In the story, a man named Hernando is in his English class discussing the topic of fear with his classmates. They're just talking about times that they felt scared. Now, he grew up in Colombia of all places, and his scary stories are a bit too R-rated to tell, so what does he do? He decides not to tell them. Because of this, Hernando's teacher calls him a macho, and Hernando uses the word quedar to describe how the whole situation made him look. Quedé como un pendejo. I looked like an asshole. First, let's pick apart this quedar como because it's a super interesting use of quedar in Spanish. It basically means to end up looking like or to be left looking like something. And although Hernando used quedar como to say he ended up looking like an asshole, you can also use this in other more positive situations. Let's say you're going out for a night on the town with your girlfriends, they see your dress and they say, mira nomás, quedaste como una princesa. Just look at that, you look like a princess. O tal vez en vez de la bella, quedaste como la bestia. It happens. Have you guys ever seen Spanish speakers online use quedé with a little clown emoji? This is a huge meme in the Spanish-speaking world that people use when they're embarrassed in a situation. So if you ever see somebody use quedé with a clown emoji, it means quedé como un payaso. Like, this situation really made me look like a clown. Now, next up, the verb quedar is going to come really in handy in the fitting room of all places, because quedar can also mean to fit, as in how clothing fits. If something is too small on you, te queda chico. If something is too big on you, te queda grande. If something looks great on you, if it suits you, te queda muy bien. Ese traje te queda muy bien. That suit really suits you. How about that? But let's say you're a very dramatic, reactionary person. That's okay, I'm not here to judge, but you're gonna need a verb to go with all of those reactions, and quedar is the perfect verb. Quedar can be used to talk about someone's reaction to a certain event or just describe their feelings in general. So, quedé en shock, I was shocked. Maybe your package didn't come in the mail today, and that's disappointing, and you have a right to feel that way. Quedaste decepcionado. Any emotion you have, any adjective of emotion, you can most likely stick a quedé in front of it and you'll sound super native. Moving on, tell me what these three things have in common. Toilet paper, coffee, food that you bought specifically for yourself but your family or your roommates keep eating all of it. They all run out, and they run out frequently. So for situations like these, you can use quedar to talk about what you have left and what you don't have left. And a super good time to practice this is when you're making your shopping list, for example. So, ¿tenemos café? Do we have coffee? Solo queda un poco, hay que comprar más. We just have a little bit left, we have to buy more. Or maybe ya no queda café, hay que comprar más. There's no coffee left, we have to buy more. So by putting ya no in front of quedar, you're saying that there's no coffee remaining, no queda. But it's not just physical objects you can talk about in this sense, it could also be time, for example. So if there's 15 minutes left, quedan 15 minutos. And the last meaning of quedar on our list today is for when you're done with your shopping list and you're heading out into the world to do the actual shopping. If you're navigating in the streets, you can use quedar to talk about how close or how far something is from you. So on a basic level, if something is close, queda cerca. If something is far, queda lejos. Or maybe you want to get specific and say the supermarket is 2 blocks from here. El supermercado queda a 2 cuadras de aquí. So in a nutshell, the thing that you have to remember with quedar is that even though all of these meanings may seem super different and wildly unfitting when you compare them to English, as you use quedar more and more in everyday conversations, the more that you apply it in your Spanish, the more it'll make sense that all of these are just one word. You'll start to, make the connections between these meanings. And hey, I should mention this is just a handful of the many meanings that quedar has, but I don't say that to scare you, I say it to remind you that Quedar is everywhere, so you'll get lots of exposure, lots of experience with it. And after enough practice and conversation, it'll feel so natural. So que te quedes tranquilo. So that's all today here at Jiveworld. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more content like this. Happy learning, happy Quedar practicing, and see you next time. Stay Jiveworld fluent.